What's good? Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another reaction video. This time it's going to be the 41 best WrestleMania matches of all time ranked. A list done by Complex. Let's see who worked on this list. Jamie Iovine, Raj Prashad. I do apologize if I butcher your names. Tiana Randall, and Thomas. Yeah, I'll put the link in it so y'all can see it. But this is a list that came out on April 15th, 2025, like right before WrestleMania. I had wanted to react to this list like a couple weeks ago, but it's been a pretty hectic week, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Allergy season's going on, and allergies are not good to me. I also have asthma. I'm asthmatic as well too, and it just hasn't been good for your boy. Eyes red, can't breathe, wheezing sometimes, feeling out of breath, stuffy nose, congested. So I've tried like everything: Zyrtec, Allegra, Claritin, Flonase. I feel better now because it's raining. It's been raining like all week here in New York City, so which is a good thing because clear that, get that bullshit out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, the only thing I do know about this list, and I could be wrong, but one of my homies had sent this to me, and I was like, you know what, I'll react to it. But they had Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at 17, so I'm very confused. And I know like last time I said when I did one of these lists that sometimes Complex don't be knowing what they be talking about. Last list I did, what was it? The 10 best matches of all time. They did an all right job. Let's see how they do here. But you know, if y'all like this video, like, comment, subscribe. I do basketball content on this channel as well too. So yeah, I got some videos on the way. I have a video on the way that I'm currently working on right now. So I'm not gonna disclose that. But let's jump right into it. I've been talking too much. So yeah, the 41 best WrestleMania matches of all time ranked. All right.
What?
Okay, let's see. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. Some of these matches I haven't seen before. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a wrestling historian. I'm not Dave Meltzer or What Culture Wrestling. You feel me? Like, all right. So a lot of these matches I haven't seen. Yeah, just put that out there. All right. So number 41, we're going with Shawn Michaels and Diesel. This list has to be flooded with a bunch of Shawn Michaels, man. He's Mr. WrestleMania for a reason. So, you know, not mad at this one. Batista and John Cena at WrestleMania 26 for the WWE Championship. I'm not mad at it. I'm honestly not mad at it. Like 40 is a lot. 41 is a lot, you know what I'm saying, to put on a list. So I just think this came out at a time when, like, would you call this prime John Cena? Yeah, right. I don't think this is prime Batista though, in my opinion, because Batista was on the way out after this match. But you had to make somebody heel because, bro, John Cena and Batista, like 2005, 2006, was on top. Yeah, John Cena running Raw, Batista running SmackDown. Like, you know, we got the little face off in the Royal Rumble back in 2005. But this was kind of like, I don't know. All right, next we have The Rock versus Triple H versus Mick Foley versus The Big Show. The Rock should have won this match. The Rock should have won this match. But this is like one of the very few times when the heel won the main event at WrestleMania, walked out. The heel walked in with the championship and walked out with the championship. So, not mad at this. What was this? The four McMahons in the corner match. Yeah. The Brain Busters. I never watched this match before. I'll be honest with you. Oh my God, I was gonna say no Hogan matches, but all right, this better be the only one. This better be the only Hogan match that's on this list. Either this or him versus Ultimate Warrior. But this, of course, for what it did for the industry, blah blah blah. You know, fuck Hulk Hogan, man. Word. And I'm gonna say how it is on the channel. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. Undertaker versus Triple H at WrestleMania 27. This was a good match. Honestly, going into this match, like when they was doing the build up and everything, I don't really have any expectations of this match. But this was a solid match. I was very impressed how both of these guys performed, and just the story that they told. Like Undertaker couldn't leave the ring on his own will. Like that was kind of crazy to say. It was like, damn, he's like really coming back down to earth. Like he's actually human, you know. So this was a good match. Let's see what's next. Rock Austin WrestleMania 19. Personally, maybe top 3 favorite WrestleMania match of all time. I'm a Rock fan, so you know, of course, everybody loves to talk about WrestleMania 17, right? That was like the end of the Attitude Era. That was both of them. That was The Rock and Stone Cold both in their prime. But the reason why I like this one more because The Rock got that W. That's why. So number 35, not mad at it that it's on this list. Let's see what's next. Undertaker vs. Edge. 34, can't complain. And it's crazy because this match main evented the show instead of John Cena, Randy Orton, and Triple H for the WWE Championship. And in that match, like I said earlier, the heel walked in with the championship and walked out with the championship. So, but this match was the main event of WrestleMania 24. So it was a good main event, you know, and Edge was Edge was still further like pushing the envelope that he could be a main event dude. And just get the respect, honestly. That was the biggest thing, you know, like I could tell you so much how much I hated Edge, to be honest with you. But, you know, this rivalry he had with Undertaker, this went on for like a year. Undertaker, he was constantly screwing over Batista. So, yeah. Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit, or Era 404. Christian, Shelton Benjamin versus Edge versus Kane. WrestleMania 21. This was the beginning of the Money in the Bank. This was pitched by Chris Jericho. This was an amazing match. Guys showed athleticism. And this match became the trampoline to push the kind of like that, I would say that mid-card guy into the main event scene. And they did the right one with this one, to be honest, with Edge, because this Money in the Bank, that pretty much took him to the moon. It took him to different heights. So shout out to this match. This match, when you really think about all the people, not all the people, but I think of the people that won after. So like WrestleMania 21 was Edge. WrestleMania 22 was Rob Van Dam. WrestleMania 23 was Mr. Kennedy. Well, actually, we're not going to use him as an example. But CM Punk had won it twice. This was a perfect way to kind of catapult the person into the main event scene, put it like that. Number 32, Rock versus Hogan. I forgot about this one. Rock versus Hogan in terms of Hulk Hogan matches. But yes, this one has to be up here. This one is a classic, icon versus icon. Pretty much the fans did not want to see a NWO Hogan. They didn't want to see a heel Hogan. So the way the crowd kind of switched in the match, and the way that The Rock was able to kind of switch as well too, it wasn't like on some like Austin Bret Hart thing where you know they both switched, like one guy became the face, one guy. I mean, the crowd did it. I'm talking too much. Pretty much, that's kind of what happened. Low key, kind of what happened. The Rock was doing like some heelish stuff. Hulk Hogan was a crowd favorite. So, yes, this match has to be up here. Only thing about this match, which is unfortunate, which is even crazy to say, it didn't main event, and it should have main event, because the main event between Chris Jericho and Triple H, not that the match was bad, it's just that all the energy was sucked out the building, and that's something you don't want to have, you know, for the main event. 31, Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys versus Dudley Boys. Why is this 31? You see the... What? How is this 31? How is this 31? Come on, man. This not 31, bro. This ain't 31. What the... While this one wasn't as fresh or jaw-dropping as their match at WrestleMania 2000, what are we talking about? What are they? The run-ins between Rhino, Spike Dudley, and Lita. Jeff Hardy doing a swanton bomb through 2 tables. Matt and Bubba falling off the ladder. Jeff was trying to climb. He was trying to like tiptoe his way, climb on a different ladder. Come on, what? 31? Whatever. Huh? This is the better match than the TLC match? Come on, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. What? Okay, I'll read the match. Number 30, Evolution, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, Batista versus Rock and Sock Connection. The Rock and Mick Foley at WrestleMania 20. I was so hyped for this match because The Rock was back, you know. I had the opportunity to go to WrestleMania 20, but I turned it down to stay at home and play SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. Yeah, you can see where my priorities were as a kid, but can you blame me? Come on, bro. But this match is not better, man. This match is not better than... Oh, gosh. Steve Austin versus Shawn Michaels. Again, this match is not better than the TLC match. I get it because this gave Austin his first run with the championship with Mike Tyson in it. But Thomas. Thomas, you getting it wrong, bro. You're getting it wrong. Benoit? What? Sorry, my voice just cracked. Coming in at number 28, we got Kurt Angle versus Arrow 404. This match is a low-key, I don't want to say how can I say it? In terms of WrestleMania 17, of course, everybody remembers Austin versus Rock, TLC, right? But outside of that, like, you know, nobody quite remembers, like, this match isn't one of the first that come to mind. You know, if anything, they'll say Triple H versus The Undertaker. But this match was good. This match was good. You had 2 technicians, real grabs, right? You had 2 of the best technicians at the time going against each other. Solid. Steve Austin versus The Rock, WrestleMania 15. This is their first one. So The Rock enters as a heel, but I don't know if I could put this on WrestleMania 17 TLC. What? Okay, let's move on. Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho. Yes. I don't think this is better than that TLC, but this was a good match. I can see why this match is here. But 26, though, I got to see what's ahead, man. But yeah, Jericho, he wanted to prove he was a younger, smarter, faster, more importantly, more charismatic version of his idol, Shawn Michaels. And this was like Shawn Michaels. This was Shawn Michaels' first WrestleMania being back since his back injury. He came back in 2002, had the unsanctioned match with Triple H, then won the Elimination Chamber, won the World Heavyweight Championship. This is his first WrestleMania back, and the way he performed, it wasn't like he didn't lose a beat. Like, Shawn Michaels is that guy. Number 25, John Cena versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 23. Shawn Michaels, what I say, man, Mr. WrestleMania, yo. This was a great match. In my opinion, though, I don't think this should have ended the show, to be honest with you, because the Batista and Undertaker match was just as good, if not better. I mean, that kind of makes sense why I haven't seen it yet, and I've seen this before I've seen that. So, yeah, this was solid, yo. They had Shawn Michaels tap. Did he tap, right? He tapped. Yeah. Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, WrestleMania 21. Yeah, I like this match. I think this match opened WrestleMania. Yeah, because the storyline was building. That, and, well, not up until this point, but Eddie Guerrero could not beat Rey Mysterio. And then we had the summer when these two was feuding. Eddie Guerrero turned heel, came out with a new theme. It was a badass theme. And then he said he was Dom Mysterio's father. Yo, this was crazy. Yo, man. Yeah. The result of Clinic, these two have wrestled each other more times. And that's what I'm saying. They had one of the best matches you can say of all time in WCW at Halloween Havoc. So, like, Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, pure chemistry. Just great chemistry with each other. Like, yeah. Rest in peace, Eddie, man. Shane McMahon versus Vince McMahon, WrestleMania 17. I forgot about this match. Another standout match on that card. You know what I mean? WrestleMania 17 was stacked. You see what I'm saying? You had the TLC match. You had Rock versus Austin. You had Triple H and Undertaker. You had this match. I just named you 4 matches before I got to the hardcore match between Kane, Raven, and Big Show. Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle. And didn't Chris Jericho fight somebody? Was it William Regal? Did he fight William Regal? But anyway, you see what I'm saying? Like, it was stacked. I forgot about this match. But yeah, this match was good. It was entertaining. It was entertaining. Like, leading up to this match, like, Vince McMahon was having an affair with Trish. Linda McMahon was like in some coma, some shit like that. So Shane McMahon and Vince fought in a street fight. Fucking Vince. Yo, Shane did the coast to coast joint on Vince. Linda got up from the coma, kicked him in the nuts. Mick Foley was the referee. This shit was so chaotic, man. Yeah. Randy Savage versus Ric Flair. Alright, I respect it. I respect it. Flair pulled the classic scumbag move and claimed he had receipts. Doctors, of course, Mr. Elizabeth cozying up with the Nature Boy. Whew. Okay. But yeah, great storytelling, great drama with this match.
What?
Yeah. Say about that. Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 24. I'm sorry. I love you. And bam! Hit him with the sweet shit music. Yeah, this was, yo, that's the thing, man. When wrestlers say that they retire, 9 times out of 10, especially now, I don't believe them. When they say they stop wrestling, I don't believe them. So, I don't know. John Cena seems pretty stern about saying he's not doing it because, you know, he's been making this big deal about how other people have been saying they'll stop, but they don't. In this case, this was the perfect send-off for Ric Flair. This was the perfect send-off for Ric Flair. And as a kid, I'm going to say this. As a kid, this was 2008. I can't remember. I can't tell you how old I was in 2008 at this moment. But honestly, I did not really care for Ric Flair. I did not. I did not. I'm just like, yo, who is this old guy? Just like, you know, my uncle, he loved Ric Flair. He loved Ric Flair. Me, I didn't care less. I didn't grow up with Ric Flair. You feel me? I grew up kind of with Shawn Michaels in a sense, which is kind of weird to say. But I was like, yo. But the story that they told in this match, you know, especially the ending. Like I said, if Ric Flair would have ended it there, it would have been like, damn. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. It's still good. But I just hate when wrestlers ruin good shit like this. Like, yo. Yeah. Ultimate Warrior versus Hogan at WrestleMania 6. This match is not better than the tables, ladders, and chairs match, bro. The fact that they had that joint at 31 and this at 20 is kind of crazy. This was less a wrestling match and more of a clash of mythical forces. That's why it's here off the strength of that. You had the 2 biggest at the time. And this was for the belts, right? This is for the IC, the Intercontinental Championship and the World Championship. Bro. Yeah, well, Hogan lost clean. Huh. How many times have you seen that? That hasn't worked for me, brother. But nah, man. WrestleMania 5, we have Randy Savage versus Hulk Hogan. The Mega Powers blew up in the most soap operatic way possible. I hope I said that correctly. What started as the ultimate tag team, Hogan and Savage, best bros with matching bandanas, crumbled fast when Savage got jealous over Hogan's not so successful interest in Miss Elizabeth. Yeah, but come on, bro. Okay, this I can see. I can understand. Bret Hart and Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 8. 2 of the best to ever do it. Bret Hart vs. Roddy Piper was a part technical showcase. Real graps. Part bar fight, and somehow it all worked. The backstory made it personal. Piper was a longtime family friend. Hart was banged up and trying to bounce back after losing the IC title, and both had something to prove. things got real when the ref went down. Yeah, I can see why this is here. I can see why this is here. 17. How is this at 17? And we got 16 more to go. This doesn't make any sense right here. This doesn't make any sense. How is the best match of all time, one of the greatest matches of all time, at 17? Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, two of the best to ever do it. This match had Undertaker doing some crazy shit, man. Like I explained, I forgot what video I said it in, but Undertaker was jumping over top ropes and shit. He almost broke his neck, to be honest with you. But yo, how was this at 17? What? Bret Hart versus we gotta swap this. Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12, an Iron Man match. Real talk, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart cannot stand each other in real life, but in the ring, it was magic. Yeah. I mean, this was the first Iron Man match. It didn't went to sudden death, and Shawn Michaels scored the win, but this match is not better than Undertaker and Shawn, man. 15. Huh? Oh, it threw me off because it says SummerSlam, but they put the wrong match. Complex don't know what they talking about. The Hardy Boys versus the Dudley Boys versus Edge and Christian at WrestleMania 2000. Instead of calling it a TLC match, they called it a triangle ladder match that featured chairs and tables and stuff. I mean, I guess because this was like the first time we were seeing everything. This was the first time we seen Jeff Hardy do the Swanton Bomb with the ladders, like on that big stage. It's the first time we seen all that. But I feel like with WrestleMania 17, they upped it. Honestly, if you ask me, they should switch this. 31 and 15, they should switch. Like 14, Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle. This match was short. From what I remember, this match was short. But yeah, Eddie got the win with this because he cheated. This one had it all: top tier wrestling, sharp storytelling, and finish that was straight up genius. Kurt Angle, the smug Olympic hero, thought Eddie Guerrero didn't deserve to be champion. Too much lying, cheating, and stealing, of course, that past drug addiction. Damn, yo. Rest in peace, Eddie, man. Rest in peace, Eddie. At 14, next, Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 19. When Brock Lesnar tried to, I mean, yo, like he wanted his WrestleMania moment, yo. And honestly, that's the moment that everybody realizes when they think of this match. Brock Lesnar doing the shooting star press on the top rope, but he still managed to win though. But still, he could have ended his career. And Kurt Angle was wrestling with a broken neck at this time. So yeah, 13. We getting into the home stretch now, yo. I wonder what's the top 10. Razor and Shawn. Okay, I can see why this is it. This match is a classic. First ladder match on the WrestleMania stage, and these two just did an incredible job, yo. This one is the one that changed everything. The ladder match that made ladder matches a thing. Razor and Shawn at WrestleMania 10 wasn't just about who the real Intercontinental Champion was. It was about who could turn a metal ladder into storytelling. Facts. That's a fact. Instead of just climbing it, they was jumping off it, hitting each other with it. And this honestly is why we got like WrestleMania 2000s and WrestleMania 17s and Money in the Bank ladder matches, all because of this match right here. So yeah, Ultimate Warrior versus Randy Savage at 12. I'm gonna just go through it real quick. I don't want this video to go on for too long. Real graps. Era 404, Chris Benoit versus Triple H versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 20. This is the best triple threat match of all time. Argue with your mother. But yeah, this match was crazy, yo. Like I said, I had the opportunity to go to WrestleMania 20, but I passed it up. But this was real graps, great storytelling, and I think this was the first triple threat main event in WrestleMania history, right? You know, I think they were saying that it was Shawn Michaels' idea that triple threat, it should main event. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it has happened before. But yo, these dudes killed it, yo. These dudes killed it. This was fantastic, yo. The match never let up, and the finish was fire. Shawn Michaels getting dumped. Benoit slaps the crippler crossface on Triple H, and the crowd goes nuclear. Yeah, and then of course, Eddie Guerrero walking out to hug his best friend. Ah, that shit is so sad, yo. That shit is so sad. Best triple threat match of all time, but unfortunately, it doesn't get remembered in WrestleMania history because of who won and obviously who participated in the match. Daniel Bryan versus Batista versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 30. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think this was the, yeah. I didn't watch this match in real time. I don't think I watched the whole thing because I was still mad about Undertaker losing to Brock Lesnar, losing the streak at Brock Lesnar versus Brock Lesnar. So, yeah, this match had me pissed, low key. Well, not this match, but that last match. So that's why I was just kind of like, whatever, But the fact that, yeah, see, as fans reeled from watching Undertaker streaking early in the evening, Bryan brought hope and energy to the Superdome. Yeah, because honestly, like going into this WrestleMania, I'm like, yo, what are they doing? They about to have Batista win the shit. I wouldn't have been mad, but it was like, it wasn't quite making sense, to be honest with you. So, all right, but yeah, we got, yeah. At top 10 though? Oh, I don't know about 10. If you ask me, I'll replace this with this. Yeah, that's just me. At number 9, Edge versus Mick Foley at WrestleMania 22. I spoke about this match on one of my other videos. Wildest and craziest shit that I've seen in wrestling or in WWE. But this match was crazy. This match was another way of Mick Foley putting over talent. And like I said, when Edge won the Money in the Bank, it was pretty much like he had a rocket ship strapped and went straight to the moon. Because the feuds he was in, like, Edge got over as a super heel. Just like that, I mean, off the strength of the whole Matt Hardy situation that he had back in 2005. But I can say that, I can kind of say like, yeah, actually, I'm confused myself. But yeah, pretty much though, this match for Edge was on the same level of Mick Foley's match with Randy Orton and Mick Foley's match with Triple H. All of these had some sort of stipulation, and honestly, it made the guy look tough. Edge looked tough in this match. Mick Foley lost all those matches I just mentioned, but Edge looked tough. He speared him through a table that was on fire. Come on, that was crazy. And the fact that we see that in WWE is crazy. Yeah, sure, you can see that on the Indies and ECW and stuff like that, but the fact that we see it in WCW was crazy. Yeah. No. Rock versus John Cena. I see the reason why it's here, because you have two of the greatest of all time fighting each other, but no. This match does not belong here. 8? Nah. Owen versus Brett, number 7 at WrestleMania 10. Real graps. Great way to start off the show. Brothers versus brother. Bret Hart is best to ever do it. Owen Hart is like right there. So, whew. And the fact that Owen Hart pulled out the win too was good. Owen Hart was the real deal too, an insanely skilled wrestler who carved out his own path. Even while living in Bret Hart's shadow, the two teamed up plenty of times, but eventually Owen's jealousy boiled over. He turned on Big Bro, which led to the opening match of WrestleMania 10. Classic. Real graps. Number 6, Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 21. Real graps. Another one, real graps. This match was crazy, and I forgot which documentary or something I was watching, but I think it was Shawn Michaels' idea for Kurt Angle to win this match. And you're like, at this time, like, Kurt Angle was already established, you know what I mean? Like, because after this year, Kurt Angle was out the company, So, and Shawn Michaels obviously kept wrestling all the way up until like WrestleMania 26. But what I'm saying is that, this win wasn't a necessity for either of these guys. Like, Shawn could have won, cool. Kurt Angle could have won, but now that I'm thinking about it, it did. I don't know. It got Kurt Angle over just a little bit more, to be honest with you. Like, Shawn Michaels be putting on shows, and I think that's what it is at the end of the day. Like, it's not about who wins, who loses. It's all about putting on a show. Shawn Michaels put on a show, and Kurt Angle got the W. Straight up, it was a win-win. in that situation. So yeah, real grabs. Of course, Rock versus Steve Austin, WrestleMania 17 at 7. I cannot talk. The Rock versus Stone Cold, WrestleMania 17. Of course, I know this one was going to be here. Don't really have to talk about this too much. Undertaker versus Triple H at WrestleMania 28 in a Hell in a Cell match. As much as I love this match, this was cinema. But this match, see, this confuses me because why is Shawn Michaels and Undertaker at WrestleMania 25 all the way at 17? I mean, this match did prove an end of an era. And honestly, I think after this match, Undertaker should retire, bro. Retire with the streak intact, bro. But then you stuck around and you lost to Brock Lesnar. So, this is real grabs. I feel like I know what number 1 is. Number 1. What's number 2 then? I don't think. What's number 2? So, all right, number 3, we got Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Randy Savage at WrestleMania 3. This is for the IC title, Intercontinental Championship. Let's see. Yeah, this is the perfect match. Real grabs. Real grabs. Randy Savage, the reigning Intercontinental Champion, was challenged by Ricky the Dragon Steamboat after Savage almost ended his career. WrestleMania 3 was headlined by a blockbuster main event. That's why that match is there. That Hulk Hogan versus Andre match. That's why that's there. But this right here, this stole the show. Technicians, storytelling, real grabs. Real grabs. Determined to steal the show and be an extreme perfectionist, Savage concocted what he considered a show 5-star classic. Steamboat would later reveal that Savage had laid out every beat of the match from second to second. And both competitors, I'm wheezing a little bit low key. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but yeah, sad time of the season. The Macho Man delivered along with great dancing partner Ricky the Dragon Steamboat from bell to bell. Yeah, this was a fire match. Real grabs. Real grabs. So this low-key confuses me because this match wasn't mentioned at all on the last reaction video that I did. It doesn't make sense because in that video it said that Undertaker and Shawn was number 2. Here is number 17. This match wasn't even on it. So you mean to tell me that Eddie and Brock is better than this match? Whatever. Not taking anything away from that, but I'm just saying. Now, I know what number 1 is. Number 2, let's see what number 2 is. Number 2, oh yeah. Shawn Michaels vs. Undertaker at WrestleMania 26. Now, I know the reason why this one, if you want to say so, I personally think that the one at WrestleMania 25 was better. This match has more meaning to it because it was the streak versus Shawn Michaels' career. So it was more story into it, you know. But and this was Shawn Michaels' retirement match, but then he came back and ruined it. But I understand. I get it, but yeah. I spoke about this match in depth on the last reaction video I did, so check that out. Don't really have much to say about this, and I already know what number 1 is. Stone Cold versus Bret Hart. Spoke about this match plenty of times on the channel. Great storytelling between these two. And this is actually, like, I'll say one of the first times that we've seen the heel and face switch places. So Stone Cold came into it as a heel, or bad guy as you want to say. Bret Hart came in as a face, fan favorite, hero, and then they switch. And then, like, that infamous scene of Stone Cold with the crimson mask, he didn't tap. He passed out. So, and this match was the first match to be inducted to the Hall of Fame, which I like that WWE's doing, you know, so we could kind of speculate and see which matches. But yeah, I mean, this list is kind of questionable. Really questionable, man. Is there a comment section? No. Yeah, this list is kind of questionable though. But that's the list. What is it? 41 best matches in WrestleMania history ranked. Greatest matches, whatever you want to say it. So thank you for watching this video. If you reached the end, like, comment, subscribe. do all that stuff. Like I said, stay tuned to the channel. I got a video on the way. It's a basketball video. I do basketball and wrestling on this channel as well too. Follow me on my socials. They'll be in the comment section. And until then, y'all be good.
This is real, brother. This is wrestling.